We are now watching Monster episode.
Yes, I want you to tell me what was the basis for the ruling the judge made in regards to the 1968 Stuttgart case. Oh boy, what is this silence? Are we some kind of a monastery? Mr. Eiler, I'd like to hear your answer if you have one.
Well, sir, that is to say,
Anyone? Is there anyone in this room who can break this silence? So the chronic latecomer is here at last. You're 13 minutes tardy. Seems your part-time pizza delivery job kept you awfully busy today.
I'm sorry, Professor Kronecker.
Well, let me ask you a question before you sit down. Do you have enough strength left to tell me the basis for the ruling in the 1968 Stuttgart case?
Oh yes. Well, the defense claimed that the kidnapping was a sham, and that the victim's death had been due to poisoning. After an investigation into the crime scene, it was found that the victim's death had been accidental, and that there was no motive. So, since the crime couldn't be proven to be an intentional murder, I believe a sentence of 15 years was handed down.
Very good. You can take your seat, Nina Fortuna.
Yes, Professor.
Nina Fortuna. Heidelberg.
wow, good job, Nina. If no one had been able to give him the answer, I have no doubt that Kronecker would have probably demanded we write a 50-page report. 50 pages if we were lucky. I'll have to treat our savior Nina to something to eat. What do you say, Nina? A nice meal, just the two of us?
Oh, I'm sorry, Peter, but I have a club meeting today.
Nina Fortuna.
Oh, bye.
She turned you down again. Hey, Peter, how many times was that? Come on, shut up! As if one of you losers could actually score a date with her. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. If I'm late with my deliveries, the manager's gonna be furious. Hi, I'm home. Boy, am I hungry.
Oh my, the neighbors can probably hear you. You are such a child. Go and wash your hands, dear.
Yes, ma'am. Huh? Hey, Mom, you dyed your hair.
What do you think?
At your age, I don't think you should be dyeing your hair such a bright color.
I don't agree with you, Dad. I think Mom looks great.
Looks like she's going to some costume parade.
It's nice to know Mom is still young. Right? Hi, Dad. Oh, and that reminds me, speaking of costumes, I saw some kids dressed up from head to toe today.
Oh yes, today's supposed to be the St. Hadrian costume parade.
Oh, I wish I had dressed up like that when I was a little girl. They were so adorable.
Huh? Yeah, you did dress up in a costume once. Isn't that right, dear?
Yeah, that's right. I completely forgot.
Oh, that's some kind of
Let's see. It's
crazy
about
looks
you.
y'all giving.
Oh, look, here it is. You were so cute.
Guess I did.
You were so excited and made such a fuss. Isn't that right, dear?
Huh? Yeah, I remember.
No, they had some. They acting too awkward with it. So she's obviously the little girl that was from this that was in that catatonic state.
Costume parade, huh? Distant spring. I forlornly wait for a spring that will never come. Hannah. Oh, Hannah. Will you get over your breakup already? I shall send you the most beautiful flowers. I was born to smother you with flowers. That's so beautiful. Wow. I wonder who sent this. Uh-huh. I'm very impressed with you, Peter.
So, how have you been, Nina?
Well, I've been very well lately, Dr. Guido.
That's good to hear. But of course, I could tell just by the look on your face when you came into this session that you were doing well. So, tell me, are you still having that nightmare? The one about the monster emerging from the darkness?
No, I've been sleeping very well. I've been so busy I don't have time to dream. I wonder why I was plagued by such a dream night after night.
It's common for students to feel fear and anxiety. Expectations of the future mix up with other insecurities. People end up confused, losing sight of who they are. But who you are is something you can spend your whole life trying to grasp and never figure out completely. We're always projecting and trying to look into the future. We spend our whole lives looking for the answers, and we do the best we can.
Right, and that's what I'm doing. I want to become a federal prosecutor.
That's very good. All right, I think that brings us to the end of our session.
Bye, and thank you, Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Federal prosecutor.
Nina Fortner. Such a cheerful girl. But I can't help thinking that she's overcompensating or running from something. Something overwhelmingly dark.
Huh?
What do you mean, what? Don't act so innocent.
What in the world are you going on about?
I was born to smother you with flowers? I would never have guessed in a million years you had such talent for writing poetry.
I don't know what you're talking about. I wouldn't be able to come up with frilly stuff like that even if I stood on my head.
Then who was it? I only give my email address to friends and no one else.
Beats me. Damn it. What this means is some suave poetry guy is honing in on my girl.
Who then? Who could it be?
This was a bizarre murder that took place in Munich. After shooting the parents to death, the perpetrator strangled their 2 children with a rope. Grisly, really? Now, I would like you to explain the verdict using the records from all of the hearings. Nina Fortner. Hmm? What, do you not understand the question?
No. Well, the trial was focused mainly on the cold-blooded murder of an entire family.
Uh-oh.
Evidence.
She thinking about it? Yeah, she's thinking about it.
Oh, so not even Nina has all the answers, huh? Nina? What's wrong, Nina? Nina? Are you alright? You want to go see the nurse?
I'm alright. I just felt a little ill, that's all.
Yeah, she was thinking
I
about
was
it.
just
Coming back to her.
listening to the professor.
She must have forgot about it. Like,
You mean that question about that murdered family?
Don't say that.
Is that it? I thought you were awfully brave, but I guess you're pretty sensitive too. Did you watch a horror movie that totally scared you when you were a kid or something? I know exactly what that counselor, Dr. Geidel, would say. If you get back to the root of it, I think that you'll find it was nothing significant. Now go back to your childhood. Am I right?
That's it.
Hmm?
I have no memories.
Huh?
I remember nothing.
yeah, she done forgot
At the age
when
of
they
10.
happened. But then when they talk about that family murder, it almost triggered something.
Where are my memories? My childhood memories.
those two were indeed a very nice couple. To think that they died in such a way. Huh? Children? Oh, now that you mention it, yes, there was a son. His name was Michael, I do believe. He was there for a year or two.
Let's see, a boy. Do you remember if there was a boy?
Yes, there was. Wasn't his name Michael? He was 14, give or take.
Michael, you say? Yeah, I think I remember him. But why? Who are you, the police?
Yes, Michael Redman. I remember him vaguely, but he was a student in my classroom. But he didn't leave much of an impression. I'm embarrassed to say it, but honestly, I don't remember him very well. I'm not sure if he had any friends. You see, there are no records left from then. Everything went up in a fire about 6 years ago now.
Tell
There
me,
definitely was a boy named Michael living here in Cone until 6 years ago.
tell me, honey.
And Michael's real name is...
Johan, huh? Yes, there was a time when I went by that name.
Who are you? What does it matter? What's the use? He's a serial killer, the older of twin siblings. That's all there is to it. Nothing else. What am I doing? Twins. His sister. Where did his twin sister go?
I will pick you up very soon. Who is this? He'll be picking me up very soon? But what does that mean?
Gotta be the brother. Gotta be Johan.
A child. Oh, yes. There was a boy about 7 or 8 years ago.
So, Mr. and Mrs. Heine had taken a boy in before they were killed. And what was he like?
What was he like? That was quite a long time ago. And I think he only really lived with them for about a year or so. I honestly don't remember anything about him.
Wait, do you remember if this boy had a sister?
No, only the boy. Listen, I just want to forget about what happened to that poor couple. After all those horrible things happened, I almost moved away.
I remember that boy very well.
Poor couple. So they died too?
Why don't you come up? I was about to have some tea. Come in, have a seat.
Yes, thank you. I was wondering...
Just have a seat. Go ahead, have some tea.
Thank you, sir.
You're a doctor, right? That boy was the one who told me. You are Dr. Tenma.
So it was him.
To pick you up? Who is he? I have no idea who he is. It was just an anonymous email.
Aw, you look so happy. You're not thinking this is Prince Charming on a white charger or a knight in shining armor coming for you, are you?
Why are you jealous? There you go, Nina, daydreaming again. It said I was born to smother you with flowers. Come on, that's so corny. How many boys do you know who write like that?
Oh, hold on, wait. There is a new guy in our class. You know who I'm talking about?
Oh, I've seen him. He's the guy who sits quietly in that legendary seat in room 12 where you're bound to be called by the instructor. But strangely enough, he's never called on.
That's right. And you want to know what else? He is always staring at Nina the entire class. He's the one.
What do you mean?
Probably
Come on,
him.
you know.
That's charming.
Johan.
Yes.
Oh, it's Johan, right?
All I know is that boy was extremely grateful to you. Yes, Dr. Tenma. He told me
I wonder
more
why
than
he
once
coming
that
after me.
because you saved his life, you meant more to him than his parents.
What name did he go by then?
Franz. But he did tell me it wasn't his real name.
If he opened up enough to tell you that much, it means he must have really trusted you.
He just showed up one day out of nowhere, really. Mr. and Mrs. Heine, who lived across the hall, took him in. He lived with them for about a year. No, actually it was 14 months to be precise, from March 1987 to April 1988. And then one day, out of the blue, he suddenly vanished. He really was very bright, that boy, and very well-mannered.
Did he visit you in your apartment very often?
Every day. I live alone, so I always welcome the company. He sat in that chair and would spend most of his time studying. He was able to master the English and French that I taught him in no time. By the time he disappeared, he was completely fluent in both languages. He was only 12 years old.
Can you tell me if there's anything else you remember about him?
Anything?
He was always interested in listening to my stories. And what kind of stories do you think he liked best? Go on, take a wild guess.
Bad ones.
Like my war stories.
War stories?
During World War II, I was on the crew of a U-boat. The boy's favorite story was about the time we were attacked by a destroyer of the Allied forces. We were at a depth of 120 meters. That's when we were attacked by the enemy. We had suffered a mortal blow. We just kept going. We all waited in terror inside that creaking boat, enduring hour after hour. We had to endure that hell for a day and a half. Any ordinary child would have probably looked at this as another adventure story. But that boy was different. What he was most interested in was my description of ultimate fear. Yes, ultimate fear. That reaction of people on the verge of death fascinated him. That was all he was interested in. He toyed with fear.
So what was the expression on his face as he listened?
He probably had a gleam in his eye and a smile, I imagine.
Imagine?
Well, I cannot see Dr. Tenma.
Good.
So no, I don't know the boy's real name.
Damn, I thought he... Damn, now that I see it, it looks like he can't see nothing, but I thought he could see.
Earlier you suggested the boy trusted me because he told me Franz wasn't his real name. I can assure you that he doesn't trust anyone. There's only one person that boy's trusted in his life, and that's his sister.
Listen, I need your help. I'm looking for that sister.
He said he would go get her when she turns 20.
Where is she?
In Heidelberg.
See you later.
Be careful on your scooter, honey.
I will. Bye. See you later, Daddy.
Bye. And drive safely, okay?
See you later.
The time has come, hasn't it?
I know.
We made an agreement. We said we'd tell her on her 20th birthday, but that she isn't our real daughter.
Yes, I should really have forgot everything.
I'm not sure I can do this.
What are you talking about? You wanted to meet him.
We told him you'd wait for him here. It's better you didn't know.
Don't mess it up. You're about to meet Prince Charming. Later.
Wait, Clara, get How could they do this behind my back? It's him!
Here we go.
That ain't him.
Hi, how do you do? You're Nina Fortner, right?
Yes.
Oh, good. Yeah.
What the fuck out of here?
Oh, hello.
There he go. That nigga looking to you like, I see you. That nigga look scary. He got like dead eyes.
I've seen that face somewhere before. Who are you?
Gone. Damn, made a fight.
Nina! Nina, what's wrong? Can you hear me? Wake up! Come on, Nina. Please. What happened? Come on. Okay, Nina.
Damn, just the sight of him made a faint. Woo. I don't know. Oh, he got up his sleeve though. He look crazy though. He got like them dead eyes, but yeah. Well, I'll see y'all for episode